Hello to everyone. Welcome to my channel. If this is the first time that you are here, I am so happy to have you. So, my name is EM and I am an author and a wellness facilitator. I'm living in Toronto, Canada. I teach women the skills needed to evolve, bounce back, and attract abundance in their life. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I just want to tell you a bit of backstory. So, I am a mom and I have four kids, and I am now living in Toronto. So the backstory on that is that in 2014, um, I took a leap of faith because I was in a really toxic relationship and unhealthy relationship, and I decided to step away from that just to preserve my own well-being and the well-being of my daughter at the time, my oldest daughter at the time. Stepping into a new country, making new friends, evolving into a new community was really hard on me. So there was a lot of new things that I had to learn, and I had given up my life from before. I had a life that I had built. I had my friends, I had my home, I had my businesses. I was happy in that sense, but relationship wise and marriage wise, I was very unhappy and it was toxic. So I decided I was going to take a leap of faith and I was going to move away from all of that and start my life anew. So that is why I'm here. I want to share with you tips and tools of how you as an individual, as I said before, can evolve and take back your life, learning those skills and become a better person and attract all the abundance in your life that you so deserve. So, before I get into what I want to share with you today, I would really love for you guys to, if at the end of this video that you think it's something that someone would love to hear, that you can share it with them and you can come back and we can build and we can grow and we can learn together. So today I want to speak to you on persevering, and I want to give you the power of persevering in 4 P's. Now, those 4 P's are the 4 P's that I would have used as I transition, as I change my life, as I shift my mindset, as I welcome and I evolve and I attract things into my life. Those are the 4 P's that I use, and I just want to come here and share them with you as we build, as we grow, as we learn. So I'm going to be looking away for a bit because I have some notes. I have some notes that I've written because I don't want to be missing out on anything. So just bear with me as I go. And yeah, so as I said, this is not really something new to me. I've just stepped away from YouTube and social media for a bit in terms of doing videos because, as I said before, I was just, taking care of my mental wellness and taking care of myself so I can be in a good space, in a better space to be able to speak to young women in my immediate space and also those who would be guided to this channel on YouTube. So thank you guys again for being here. And I have my little notepad. So I'm gonna be looking at it from time to time to share with you. So the power to persevere. The first thing that I want to talk to you about today is to make a promise to yourself, and make a promise to yourself. So before I go into that again, I just want you guys to know that there are times in your life that you have to make that decision to shift, to move away from everything, and it's going to be hard. For all of us, and now we're in the middle of a pandemic, and so much have changed for a lot of us, right? A lot of us have to shift our mindset, our eating habits, everything that we do is shifted. Our relationships, how we socialize, everything. But through all of that, we have to persevere, and we want to come out being bigger and better person. So the first thing that I want you to do as you make your move into a better you is to, you have to make that promise to yourself. Now, what does making that promise to yourself look like? Making a promise to yourself, it's like you have to say to yourself, it's now or never. So it's now or never. And that is one of the first thing that I did when I was making that shift, when I left my home country in the Caribbean, and I decided that I had to start over afresh to preserve my well-being into Canada. So I decided it was now or never, because if I didn't say now or never, I don't think I would have ever lived and left at that time, and then it may have turned out to be to my detriment. So the first thing you have to do in making a promise to yourself is to say it's now or never. What does now or never look like? Making that conscious decision that whatever you decide to do, high or low, it is for the betterment of you. It is for the betterment of your wellness. If you have kids, it's for the betterment of your kids. Do or die. It's either you do it now or you die doing it. You do it now or you try, you die trying. You guys have heard that term before, right? So yeah, die trying. And that is something that you have to come to grips with. Do or die. You do or you die. Fail or win. Now, when you make a promise to yourself, it's very scary because a lot of us don't trust ourselves to make right and conscious decisions. So when an answer come within us, guess what? We don't want to believe it. We don't want to trust it. We don't trust our instinct. So a fail or win, it's like, yeah, I can do this. And then sometimes you wake up and you're like, yeah, I make that promise to myself. I'm going to start that business. I'm going to leave this relationship. I'm going to get rid of this friendship that is toxic. I'm going to not socialize in this particular space. This is what I'm going to do. And, win or fail, you have to move away from it. Because these are things you're making a promise to yourself because you are looking to win. And even if you fail in the process, you will learn a lesson, and that lesson would help you to grow and to be stronger. So the first P is to make a promise to yourself. Make a promise to yourself that it's now or never, that it's do or die, or it's win or fail. Whatever way, you have to make that promise, and you have to keep that promise to yourself, and you have to try. Number 2 of our P is you have to prioritize yourself. A lot of young ladies, young women, don't take the time to prioritize themselves. We don't prioritize ourselves. So recently I've been doing a lot of inner work, and a lot of things came up to me that I have become a giver. So I'll give, and I'll just give. I'm not saying that it's not good to give, but then sometimes you give so much, and you give so much of yourself that you're so depleted, and that depletion confuses the hell out of you, and then you don't know what next to do because you're depleted and you don't have anything to fall back on. So you have to learn to prioritize yourself, prioritize your wellness and your well-being. And how does that look like when you begin to prioritize yourself? It's that and I'm looking at my notes. You have to step back and you have to step back. First of all, you have to step back. Step back and look at the things that are serving you. Step back and look at the things that will serve you. So take for instance, you have a family member and you're always giving, you're always going, you're always taking them somewhere. Not even a family member, a friend, you're taking them somewhere, you're doing this, you're doing that. And then when you are in need, guess what? There's no one there for you. there's no one there to help you. So you, in stepping back and looking, you have to look at your needs. It have to be both. It has to go both ways. It must be both ways. So yeah, you have to step back and you have to look at your needs. What some of those things that you really need. Another thing that you have to do is to look at your goals. When you begin to prioritize yourself, you must look at your goals. What do your goals look like to you, and how are you going to get there? Right? How are you going to get there? How do you go about and fulfill those goals, and not put yourself back, or my other computer just distracted me. So yeah, you have to prioritize yourself and prioritize your goals. So prioritizing your goals mean that you always have to have in your mind how you're going to get those goals, how you're going to accomplish those goals, right? How you're going to accomplish those goals, how you're going to get from point A to point B, etc., etc. So another part of in terms of prioritizing yourself is you have to acknowledge that you are doing the best with what you have in the moment. So I was having a conversation with my love bug, and yeah, I call him my love bug. And something came up for me when, sometimes I would say, oh my God, I make this mistake, I make that mistake. And then we were having this conversation, and then he said something that was so intriguing to me. I was like, yes, is it really a mistake, or is it you using what you had in the moment to make that decision, and that decision didn't turn out the way, that serves you? So you have to acknowledge what you have in the moment, and you have to move it and move forward. There's a saying that when you know better, you do better. So that is what I'm telling you to do. Acknowledge what you have in the moment and use that. When I stepped foot into Canada, trust me, I didn't know what I was doing. When I look back on that thing, on what I did today, sometimes I shiver in my spirit, because I'm like, wow. So I actually took my daughter and stepped into a completely different place, someplace I didn't know, and now here I am. And that's why I'm here sharing with you how you can bounce back, how you can evolve and be that woman that you want to be, and you can attract everything that you deserve and need. So number 3 on the power to persevere, how you can persevere, is you must prepare. So you must prepare. How do you prepare, right? How do you prepare, especially when you have setbacks? Now, I don't know for those of you who would see this video, but when you're preparing, you have to keep in mind that there will be setbacks in everything that you do, especially if you're moving from a place where there was toxicity and all of those things, and you are unwell and you're trying to put your life back together. There must be a plan. So something importantly is that within your setback, if you have a setback, I want you to remember this carefully. You must have an ABCDE plan. Not an ABC, but an ABCDE plan. And I'm going to explain that to you. So when you're preparing for wellness in your life, when you're preparing to shift your mindset, when you're preparing for all of these things in your life, the first thing that you need to do when there's a setback, you must have an action plan. That's your A game plan. Your action plan. And within that action plan, you may have a setback. So within that, you must have your backup plan. So your backup plan would help you to move away and move on, help you to navigate through your if your action plan doesn't come through fully, and it didn't work out right. Now within that backup plan, guess what? You should have a commitment. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Something almost wrong. You should have a commitment. You should commit to yourself. Okay, I have an action plan. I have a backup plan. Now I must commit myself to see this through. That's your C. As you prepare, as you make preparation. And then there's a plan that you must have. That's a development plan. So within the action, the backup, and the commitment, now you must develop those plans. Now you must put those plans into action. So you have to be committed to doing that, and you have to develop those plans. Simple. And then your E is your empowerment and your execution plan. How simple that is. So that is what I use when I, as I said, when I'm preparing, right? My A, B, C, D, E, right? N. Another thing that you must also do, and this is a bonus, you must have an exit plan, because sometimes as you prepare, things don't work out the way that you want to, so you must have an exit plan. If it doesn't work out, you exit, and guess what? You create a new plan. You start over. You evolve. You bounce back. So when you're bouncing back, use your A, B, C, D, E plan. And remember, remember, I'm going to name them to you again. It's your action plan. It's your backup plan. It's your commitment, your development, your empowerment, and your execution, and your exit if it doesn't work out. So that's number 3 that I want to share with you. Number 4 that I want to share with you is you have to learn to have peace. That's another P. You must have peace. You must have peace, and you must make peace with yourself. With every decision that you make in your life, you must come to a place where you have peace, where you make peace with yourself. Why? Because mistakes are made, but you have to accept that you make those mistakes from a place with the knowledge that you have, with the level of knowledge that you had or have. You would have made those decisions, and you would have made those mistakes. So mistakes, you have to make peace with them. Make peace with your decisions, and make peace with the outcome. Like me, for instance, I miss home dearly. I miss my home. I miss the sun. I miss my friends. I miss everything that I would have accomplished and put together. And I miss everything about my sunny island. But I've made peace with my mistakes, my decisions, and I've made peace with the outcome. So those are my 4 P's that I have shared with you about how you can persevere, which gives you the power to persevere. Those 4 P's again are: number 1, you have to make a promise to yourself. Number 2, you have to prioritize yourself. Number 3, you have to prepare. And number 4, you have to make peace with yourself, your decisions, and the outcome. And I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I pray that someone can take something away from this. And until I do a next video, I'm gonna have some more interesting video. This is my first video back on YouTube, as I said before. So for those of you who find this video, maybe Spirit guide you here. Maybe we can build, learn, and grow together. If there's something that you would like me to speak about as we grow together, please let me know. And until next time, heal, transform, and inspire others to do the same. Bye now.